back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jan. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. So today we're going to be doing an updated foundation routine, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this look. If you are interested in this wig that I have, I'll link that down below. It was inspired by Miss Aaliyah J. Hey girl, if you're watching this, hey girl, hey. But I love this look that she did, so I did definitely make sure I purchased the wig. And you know, we get good at this hair stuff. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this video, and I'm gonna show you guys my updated foundation routine that I've been using. So I like to start off with my brows first. Like, that's every video, honestly. I'm always gonna start off with my brows just because they shape your face and make you look like what look is gonna come together. So that's what we're gonna be doing first. So since I have this like brown hair, I am going to be just putting some brow gel on my brows and then just kind of creating a tail on my brow. So I'm just gonna draw the tail in first. And then like get down here a little bit just to shape my brow. But there's literally like no product really being used. So just shaping them up a little bit. I know at the top of my brow and like the tail, it's very sparse. And this is the e.l.f. brow pencil in the color Naturally Neutral. I think that's what it's called, but I am not sure, but I'll link it down below. And we're just gonna do our brows just like that. I'm not gonna be filling them in or anything like that. I'm just literally outlining the brow and then just kind of shaping it up, because I don't want them to look any thicker than what they already are. Okay, just like that. So now that I have outlined my brows out a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and use this clear brow gel by Benefit. And this is like the travel size one, just because I don't use this gel a lot. But I'm just gonna kind of comb through the hairs and make sure my brows are going in the correct direction. Making sure I get the top and bottom part of my brow. You see? This is gonna make them stay in place all day. And I love this stuff because it really does work. Like, I always have the problem of putting on like my clothes or whatever, and then my eyebrows be all over the place by the time I put my shirt on. Eyebrow done smeared or it has moved, and that's so annoying. So this helps with that a lot. Okay. Voila! That's really it. That's all I really do with the coloring in of my brows. So now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. concealer in the color medium beige. And I'm going to outline my brows just to clean them up and make them look a little bit more shaped. And I always take my time with this part. That is why any of my tutorials you don't see me doing my brows, because it kind of takes me all day sometimes. That looks so good, right? And then there's this one, and then there's this one. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing. Take my time. And I always blend from the bottom up. So first I blend out like this little bottom part, and then I go up and I just kind of tap my brush along And then for the top of my brow, I actually use my foundation. I use the foundation for the top of the brow just because you don't want that halo look going on. So I just take a little bit of my foundation and kind of just clean it up like that. And the foundation I'm using to clean up my brow is the L'Oreal Infallible. And this is the color, I think $4.95. Yeah, it's $4.95. And that way your brow does not have that halo effect where it's like the lighter and then like the light and then the light. This is like the skin tone and then the light. And you always want to get in the middle of them brows, okay? And I always have to put a little bit product right at the top part of my brow where those little hairs are, because my brows are crazy. They really are. They be doing their own thing for 90% of the day, like legit. And honestly, you guys, that is it for brows. Like, that's literally all I do. That's literally like a 1-2 step, just because I groom my brows every other day, so I don't really need to, you know, like fill them in and do all this. And they're very thick, so I don't have to do much. Yay me. Blessing and a curse. So let's go ahead and go on to eyes. So the order that I do my makeup is eyebrows, eyeshadow, and then face. Just because if I have any fallout from my eyeshadow, I can just wipe it off when I do my face. And I am just gonna go ahead and put on some of my Urban Decay primer potion to prime my eyes. And I usually just tap that in with my finger. And right now what I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of tape. Okay, I'm taking a piece of tape so that way I can put it on the bottom of my eye. And this keeps my eyeshadow like a certain shape. So like how I got that little wing to it. Okay. And I always start it off at my eye and then I make it stop at the bottom of my eyebrow. So that's like a quick tip on if you don't know how to put this tape on your eye. I just do it to the bottom of my eyebrow to my eye. And I always leave like a little bit of room underneath my eye so it's not like on my eyeball. I did that one time and I could not blink. So I have the Morphe James Charles palette. And I'm going to be using this red shade. So this red shade right here. I took the little paper off and I don't know the names of these shades, so I'm sorry. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a cut crease look today. Oh yes, I love this. This is actually crazy because I've been looking for a red this whole time and there is a red right here. And I got this brush from BH Cosmetics. Honestly, that's where all my brushes have came from. Either that or Walgreens. So I'm gonna go in with a different brush and I'm going to blend that out and I'm gonna blend it up. So I'm gonna be blending this little orange shade right above the red shade. really liking this. Oh my god, I did not know about these colors in this palette now. And now I'm just gonna continue blending that up, feather it out a little bit. Okay. Do you see it? Do you see the blend? Okay. Do you see it? Because I see it. Do you see it? Because I see it. And with your makeup, if you're ever doing your eyeshadow and you feel like when you blended a color out, now you can't really see the transition color, you can always just go back in like how I'm doing now, just to touch it up. Like I do this all the time. But I'm going to be cutting my crease. And this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And a good trick for cutting your crease is first you put the color down like right here. And then you look up. And where this line is at the top of my eye, that's where my crease needs to stop at. So now I can just outline my cut crease. I hope that just made sense, but yeah. And this is one of the eyes. It look really good. It's unbelievable that I did not know how to cut my crease a month ago, and now I just be doing it, y'all. I be doing it. So what we're going to be doing next is I'm going to be going back into the James Charles palette, and I want to use this little peachy nude color. Or should we add color? We're not gonna add color. We're gonna use this little peachy nude color, whatever this is, in the James Charles palette. And we are just gonna be placing that all over our lid. So how I add my glitter is I use the clear duo glue. You can use any clear glue, but this is the one that they only had in stock in Ulta. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be outlining that cut crease that I just did. So I'm going to outline it with the glue, but I'm only going to do it about halfway through. So like right when I reach the top. And this glue dries so fast. This glue dries so fast, y'all. I used this the other day, and by the time I was ready to put the glitter on, it was already dry. And I'm just gonna put my glitter . So this is the ColourPop glitter in the color She Lit. So after I do my eyes, I like to put on mascara, because honestly when I put on my lashes, I always forget to put on mascara. And it just helps if I do it now that I won't forget. And this is the Maybelline's Falsies mascara. I love this mascara. I've been using it like all my life. So now let's prime our face. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Putty Poreless Primer. just use like a little finger dip of that, and I just do like this. And I really like this primer because it feels so hydrating. Honestly, at first I hated it, but then I'm like, okay, let me start using some of my products, and I love it now. This is literally like one of my favorite ones. It's so good. I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the color 295, and I'm just starting off with one pump. This is just one pump of it because I don't have that much of my face out, which I know sounds crazy, but I have on a wig, so a lot of my forehead and the side of my edges will not get covered, so I don't need that much foundation today. Okay, so for my ladies that are wearing wigs, what I like to do is I like to take a brush and I like to pinch this brush and get on the side of my edges and get my forehead like right before the lace, and this way you don't get any makeup on your lace. I like to get like right here because I know sometimes my beauty blender can't get these little spots. So the concealer that I'm going to be starting off with is the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan Sand. And I'm just going to, I don't really need it right there. I'm really just going to put this concealer on my chin. And like on my forehead and underneath my eyes. And then I like to let it sit. I like to let it sit until I'm done with my lashes. So the glue that I'm using today is the Saucy Eyelash Glue. And it is very similar to hair glue, except for this is for your eyelashes. So it dries really fast and it sticks on all day, which is great. So we have our lashes on. Let's go ahead and blend out this concealer. And I always like to blend it with a damp beauty blender. And I go back and forth between the eyes because sometimes there's always more concealer on one eye than the other for some odd reason. Do not ask me why, because I don't know. But I like to just go back and forth between each eye and just make sure everything is blended. I always have to get next to my mouth. My mouth is always so dark, and I don't know why. It's always so dark. So now we're gonna do another layer of concealer, and we're going to just put like one little dot of concealer in the same places. And I know one little dot don't look like nothing, but this concealer goes a long way. I'm just gonna be using this foundation brush by Real Techniques. And I'm just going to blend that out with this brush first. And I'm just patting. So I'm using a patting motion to just pat it underneath my eyes to make them a little bit brighter. I'm just continuing to pat it. just like that. And then I'm gonna go back in with the butt of my beauty blender, which is the same side that I use to put my foundation on with. And I'm just gonna go around the edges of my concealer. And this is what's gonna make it look like a seamless finish. And then of course for like the forehead part, I'm gonna have to use my little beady brush. Okay, so now we're gonna do contour. So I always use my LA Girl Pro concealer in the color Toast, and I'm gonna be just contouring right above my cheekbone. And I'm just gonna be using this brush from BH Cosmetics. I take the excess from that brush and I just kind of get my neck area. So I'm going to be going in with this e.l.f. contour palette. I can't show you guys because I broke it. So it's just like a little drugstore contour palette. And I'm going to be contouring my nose. And when you're contouring your nose, you want to make sure you start from the brow and then work your way down. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my cheek for my contour. And then what I'm going to do with the powder is put it on my forehead. So I put the powder on my forehead, but I don't use the cream contour on my forehead. So what I'm gonna do is put this Airspun powder in the color Naturally Neutral right underneath my eyes. I'm gonna put it everywhere that I use concealer. And I really like to use it like right here on the sides of my nose and above my lip, because that's usually where I get oily. You're gonna look just like this. Basically, I didn't even use that much powder though, but I'm gonna brush that off. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and brush this powder off. I don't let it sit. I do not let that sit. And I'm using this Wet and Wild highlighter in the color Golden Flower Crown. And I'm just gonna be putting that right on the side. So right above where I contour, right underneath my eye. And then for the nose, I do like an exclamation point. So like I start off and then I just kind of do like an exclamation point. You can see it. And then the highlight is only on the side. I do this above my lip. And then I do this on my brow, of course. So I'm just gonna be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Whew. So I'm gonna be using the NYX Lip Duo in the color Ginger and Nutmeg. So I just put that on. And then I use the NYX Liquid Lingerie in the color Lace Detail. And then I put this in the middle. Now with this is a liquid lipstick, so I have to kind of let it dry a little bit before I put it on my gloss. And then I'm going to be putting on the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. hope you guys like this look. Also, this is my new updated foundation routine. That is the primer, foundation, the e.l.f. concealer. All of those are new for me, so let me know what you think if you do go purchase them. But I hope to see you guys soon, and I will be having new looks soon. If you have not already, follow me on Instagram, because that's where a lot of my videos and pictures are. Also on my Facebook page, HoneyyBee Jan. I'll link it down below. But I hope you guys like this.